Hey guys and gals, I got another one for you today. Today I'm in my Wizard 111-14 platooned up with Drewski. He's in his recently bought T30. We are on my favorite map, Heilbronn. But just to give you a little insight, pick the Wizard 111-14 because A, I don't think I've featured it, and B, because I'm almost to my second mark. Now I've played a ton of games in this tank. I believe it was like my third Tier 9 heavy tank, so I played it when I really wasn't that good. But I love this thing. Now, Heilbronn. In the north, a lot of the tank destroyers or sniper heavy tanks will sit on the purple highlighted area, and to me, once you get them spotted, they'll back up and then you can kill their spotters. So the 3 arrows are kind of the angles you can take to light the snipers up. And to me, don't go to the city. Now it's important to maybe send like 1 or 2 people. And unfortunately in this game, we're going to send more than 1 or 2 people. However, you may be able to get the argument at the end of the game that city is important, but we'll talk about that later. So we have a good split across the field, except maybe nobody on the 0 line. However, I'm not a big fan of the 0 line just because you can get tied down there. Like, it's more team dependent than the middle. The middle is a little bit more flexible, and I absolutely love this hill. If you've seen me in other Heilbronn games when I'm in the north, I like to use the hill that's the smaller hill that's just on the other side. Spot for my tank destroyers. Now I go a little too wide here and I get lucky and bounce at 113. But I know better. There's usually somebody sitting in that position. Come over and try to get a shot in this chieftain, and I think that was an HE round, maybe a Hesh round. Try to go for a Cupola shot, but I can't sit up there too long because he is going to reload pretty quick. Now this thing's gun handling isn't that great. When I compare the Chinese heavies to like the Russians, they're a little bit quicker and their guns hit harder, they're less accurate. What a fluff shot that was, holy cow. Led him way too much. Now I can see the Reds starting to surround me, and I feel like at any moment they're just going to all in here. My medium tank has started to make a push into this little valley here, and I feel like that's really dangerous, but I'm hoping that he can pull it off. I'll try to give him some support, and unfortunately here comes an E100. Take Drewski out, put a bullet through his head. Drewski bounced his shot, and then the 1390, rather than making another circle on me, sees that Drewski's on low health after he had yet already bombed. And we try to go for a tracking shot. Unfortunately, I'm unable to track him. And my medium tank does take down the chieftain and whatever else came to help the chieftain. So we're going to come over and put one in the side of the head of the E100. And at this point, it's just like hold the field as long as we can. We still got guys that are defending or sniping. If I can just delay it a little bit longer, we should be okay. So the tortoise comes around the corner. I wanted to track him sideways. He probably had a repair kit, but I would have forced him to use his repair kit. Unfortunately, he got around before I could reload. Now, that's the other thing with Chinese guns. Since they hit harder, they have a little bit longer reload, and their gun handling isn't as good. So I get a shot into that Conqueror up there, and then I bounce the Wizard there, but he's got a Super Conk behind him, and I'm trying to have the Super Conk cover me up so the 3 guys behind him can't shoot, but it doesn't matter. The Wizard reloads. And now looking at the map, all our tanks have made it through the city. I feel like if they go down the 4 or 5 line, they'll be able to defend the base. And some people would like to go this direction because then you get it in behind the Reds. However, if there's tank destroyers, snipers there, they're going to be able to shoot our team in the back. And then Reds, if they decide to go back to the cap here, they can put a pincer on the greens. So saying that, the A line is definitely not usually one of my priorities. since they're using the A line, they're probably not going to be able to cap since the Reds are so close. And we only have one heavy tank that is back defending with artillery, so it'll make it difficult for us to be able to get back if some of their tanks get on. Let's see how it goes. A lot of heavy tanks, tier 10, that would have been nice to have in the field. The Reds condense into the field. And you can just watch what our chieftain does here. He recognizes that he needs to stay alive to get reset, so he's going to relocate over into this little location where there's some hills, and he is going to act as what these enemies are doing. So the enemies are getting in position, and they're not really forcing the issue on the cap because the cap is so long, so they don't really have to try to give up any hit points to come get resets. However, the 113 was the first one there, so he's the first one dead. And then the Jägeru is by himself, which in a Jägeru you'd never want to be by yourself, especially in a field. And then I ping the cap because the chieftain has left our cap, and I didn't realize that he was actually going to stop and defend it at the time, which is phenomenal. A lot of the times what I see is the person that potentially has been sitting in the back runs away from the cap once they start to cap, and then just says good game. So props to chieftain. He did stick around, try to get resets, and now it's just a timer's game, but we have it. And this is a pretty terrifying sight. Like, if you have to reset this, you're going up against a 705A and IS-7 to 277. That's pretty terrifying. That's a lot of big guns. You can see one of their heavies is coming around to flank. They have 36 seconds. They have 58. So really at this point, I feel like if one of their tanks gets one reset, it'll be pretty tough for us to win unless that chieftain can get a reset. And sure enough, he does. Another reset back up to over a minute. So are the Reds even going to try? See, this is what I feel like. Not many people like to defend the base if it means that they have to throw their tank away. To me, it doesn't make any sense. Like, you'd rather lose the game than destroy your tank. He does come over and try to get another reset, but the game's already won. So going for my mark of excellence, I went down. We did 3,800 damage, 800 assisted. I figured that would be enough for my second mark. Unfortunately, it was not. So let's see how the team did. Chieftain took second. I had first. Our super conch that drove south off the cap did 3,000, or 277 did a couple thousand. And then the rest of them really didn't do too much. I asked the kids to do the drawing for the starts, so that will be next. Congratulations on all the winners. Have a great weekend. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.
Welcome back, guys and gals, however the saying goes.
Yeah.
We are doing a drawing. You excited, Elmer?
Yeah.
I'm not. 3 of you are going to be winning a tank.
There's a bush.
Okay. I'm Mary. This is Elmer.
Yeah.
And this is Danica.
This is Mary.
Yeah, I'm Mary. We're just going to get right on to what you came here for because you don't want to hear us ramble. One of you is going to be a lucky winner to winning a tank that I'm not sure what kind of tank, but I'm sure it's a tank. Youngest first.
Close your eyes.
He can't read.
What?
Okay.
Oh.
He's got a radio and he just picked like 5 people.
Sorry.
1. Okay.
I did it.
Khalid. I don't know if you can see that, but this person won. Congratulations!
You just won a tank.
Yeah,
Cubic Madness is the last but not least winner!
Me?
Oh! Okay, sorry, that was weird. Congratulations to everyone that has won, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please come back for a next one.